Hello and welcome to the Kate and Eric Show, brought to you by Freedom and Common Sense. First of all, I'd just like to thank any new listeners to the show. Glad you're here. Of course, thank you to everybody who continues to listen. It's really exciting to get onto the website that I have all of this posted on and see all the new cities across the nation of this great fruited plain in which we live. So just thank you to everybody who listens. Thank you to those that reach out. Of course, tell your friends, family. Let's take our country back. Let's get common sense going back in the United States of America here, because we are, like I said before, we are in the upside down in Stranger Things, because it's just everything's back crap crazy right now. First of all, I would like to, before we get into all the nonsense and bull crap, I would like to say, seeing it is June 6th, that it is the anniversary of D-Day. 79 years ago, more than 2,500 soldiers died in Operation Overlord. So I would like to thank everybody. I know we did Memorial Day believe it was last week, but today I feel like it would be very appropriate to thank and recognize that it is the anniversary of D-Day. It is still the largest amphibious military op in world history. So just remember that, and remember this day as June 6th, as D-Day. So with that said, I would also like to go into, speaking of military things, our lovely President Joe Biden, he visited the Air Force Academy here over the weekend, or last week sometime. And he, of course, it's just being Joe Biden, the president of the United States, the most articulate man that we have, according to his press secretary. He had a little tumble at the Air Force Academy there, a little tumble. So I'd just like to play a little clip here of the commentary. We were lucky because we got the access to the mics and his Secret Service there to tell us what was going on. So just take a little listen.
All right, Joe. Let's see if you can even get to the damn mark this time. Remember, like we practice, walk around, go up and say hi to the general, and then get behind the podium.
So he's not walking. Sorry, this is video and not just straight audio.
Yep, but upstairs, careful. You know how you are with stairs. Okay, that podium, yes. Walk forward, say hi to the general, and stop. Where are you going? Not that general. Oh my God. Joe, go back to the podium. Joe. Oh my God, this is so awkward. These poor cadets. Joe, to the podium. Yeah, thank you. Direct him to the podium, please. Come on. There you go, old man. Get up there. No, the podium, you idiot. Where are you going? Oh, God. I hope something happens to you later.
A few moments later.
All right, go ahead and walk off the stage now, Joe.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, no.
Did someone push you? Invisible stairs? Where? There's nothing there, Joe.
Oh, isn't that great? Sorry, I have to laugh. I mean, is it very nice to laugh at this guy? But no, of course, there's no hate for the man. I can't hate him. But as the president of the United States, holy crap! You're done. Let's just go home. So after his lovely tumble there at the Air Force Academy, he then went on the and told the American people exactly what had happened there. So just take a listen to this.
Ultra
ultra-MAGA extremist sandbags.
Oops, sorry, hold
My
on.
fellow Americans,
There we go.
these MAGA extremists are now using sandbags to attack us. And these are not regular sandbags.
No.
These are racist sandbags.
Oh, yeah.
Donald Trump is now using ultra-MAGA extremist sandbags against us.
Ultra-MAGA.
So I'm directing the FBI to arrest him before the 2024 election. Thank you. My fellow Americans, these
Oh, this is some level of humor there for our wonderful President Pudding, President Ice Cream. Oh, my goodness. So there you go. That's a lovely way to start the show, I think. Then, of course, we kind of did things a little differently this episode. I usually start with some sports stuff. So I will have that. We'll talk about some sports now because why not? It's fun. So I know this is kind of like a little. I watched. I had mentioned that my in-laws went to FSU, so I've become kind of an FSU fan because of them. Unfortunately, I was not able to meet either of them, my father or mother-in-law, before I married my wife. They passed away. Let's see, father-in-law about 10 years ago, I believe, and then both of them about 10 years ago. So I met my wife about 6 years ago. So it was unfortunately, I was not able to meet them, but. So I've been following FSU. Their softball is playing in the national championship against the evil Oklahoma Sooners. Living here in Texas, I've been a Longhorns fan as well for quite a long time, and I do not like Oklahoma. I don't like Oklahoma, Sam. I am. No, I don't like Oklahoma. There's no hate, maybe a little bit, maybe just a little tiny bit of hate of Oklahoma. But so hopefully FSU softball can bring the national championship to Florida. I don't know, though. It's going to be tough to beat Oklahoma twice. I believe they are on some kind of like 50-game, something like that, winning streak. They haven't lost a single game. So it'll be fun. Then we'll go on to the NBA Finals. The series, I believe, is tied 1 game apiece between the Heat and the Nuggets. And NHL, Vegas is up 2-0 on the Florida Panthers. So just a little, and of course, baseball's just rolling along. Astros are in second place. Baseball's just a goofy. It's just, I don't know. It's just, it's funny. It's goofy. I love it. But last night the Astros crushed the Blue Jays 11-4. I mean, they scored 6 runs in the top of the first inning. And tonight they got beat 5-1. So just baseball, I guess. That's how it goes. What are you going to do? Just watch it, love it. Now to, unfortunately, if we could just sit there and talk about sports and just, a little fall here and there from the President of the United States. I mean, that just makes the whole country look sad and pathetic when you've got this guy. He can't walk, he can't speak, he can't do much of anything, but I don't know. I mean, if that was all there was, okay, but now that is not it. No, that is not just it, unfortunately. Just an article here that I had come across from the Blaze Media. It says that the New York City unveils new vending machines with drug pipes, Narcan, and safer sniffing kits. So, instead of trying to help the people overcome their drug addiction, we're just going to make it easier for them to continue. So, New York City's finally unveiling its vending machine packed full of affordable drug paraphernalia. Located at the corner of Decatur Street and Broadway in Brooklyn, residents of the Big Apple can now have safe sex kits, Noxalone, or Narcan, which is used to treat opiate drug overdoses. I mean, on the ambulance, we would give those to people who had overdosed on opiates. And what it does, it knocks you right, it kicks out right away. You become fully alert and aware after you've used this, and it's just, anyway, so that's what it does. And there's a range of drug paraphernalia to make it, I guess, more safe to consume their drugs. It's all free. That's right. The big blue dispensers. Looks like it's a vending machine, which the city calls public health vending machines. Is that like the public health? Is that like the 6 feet for safer and we got to put masks on? Is that the public health? So funded by New York City taxpayers to the tune of 11,000 per machine. So great, their tax money is helping drug addicts to make it easier for them. So I mean, just lovely, lovely, isn't that great? So it's helping these people to overcome their addiction. New York City is going to make it easier for them to do so. And now, so there's just a little kind of ridiculous story. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, why not try to help these people overcome their addictions instead of making it easier for them to do those types of drugs? But what do I know? I'm just a man from Texas. I guess they do different things differently in the Big Apple. So here we go. It is June once again, and everybody knows what that means. It is Pride Month. Yay! It's Pride Month, everybody. Oh, yes, that's so great. Isn't that so great that it is Pride Month once again? Oh, man. And I'm going to say this for Pride Month here. Of course, I'm gonna share clips and different stories of how I lean. Obviously, I'm a straight guy. I don't have any desire to go the other direction. I don't bat for the same team. I don't bat for the same team. So, with that being said, if you, as adults, okay, I think I've said this before, as adults, if a guy chooses to be with a guy, and same thing with a woman, if they choose to have same-sex relations and relationships, whatever, nobody really cares anymore. That's not what I believe. That's not what I'm going to choose. And there's no hate. I don't hate anybody. I certainly don't fear them. They keep using this like homophobic, your phobia of all these people. I don't have any fear of them. I just don't agree with their choices. That doesn't make me a hater. That doesn't make me think less of them. Of course, I love them. They're people. And what I believe is that they're still children of God. They're still people to love. And, there's no hate. I'm not going to sit there and say you're going to hell. I'm not going to say that that's between you and God. And if you choose that, that's your choice. The problem, the big thing, the problem is that they keep going after the children. That is the problem that we have in today's society. Not that you're gay or lesbian or bi, and the rest of that acronym is just nuts. They're all nuts, the rest of that acronym. So if you want to choose that, that's your choice. I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to hate you for it. I'm not going to say that you're damned or going to hell. That's between you and God. So with that being said, I would like to share what the president used to believe was marriage, what marriage was to him. Hold on.
No, I can't believe the American people can't see through this. We already have a law, the Defense of Marriage Act, where we've all voted, where I voted and others said, look, marriage is between a man and a woman, and states must respect that. Nobody's violated that law. There's been no challenge to that law. Why do we need a constitutional amendment? Marriage is between a man and a woman. What's the game going on here? I can't.
So that was back in, excuse me. Oh, when the heck was that? I can't find out how long ago that was. Anyway, that was some years ago. Obviously, he has full mental capacity, so he could speak. So that was some years ago. So apparently, that's what he used to believe, right? As our lovely president here. So I would like then to go. There is a group out there that is called the Gays Against the Groomers, and I stand with them in what they say. Their statement here is a I'll tell you what they work. It's some legal technical terms, but the Gays Against the Groomers is a organization of gay people who oppose the recent trend of indoctrinating, sexualizing, and medicalizing children under the guise of LGBTQIA plus apostrophe quotation marks, whatever crap else they want to add onto that. So it says our community that has once preached love and acceptance of others has been hijacked by radical activists who are now pushing extreme concepts into society, specifically targeting children in recent years. The overwhelming majority of gay people are against what the community has transformed into. And we do not accept the political movement pushing their agenda in our name. Gays Against Groomers directly opposes sexualization and indoctrination of children. This includes drag queen story hours, drag shows involving children, the transitioning and medicalization of minors, and gender theory being taught in the classroom. Amen. I stand with them on that. Because it's not about being gay, it's not about being lesbian, it's not about being bi, it's about the fact that this is just constantly pushed on our kids now. That is the problem that we have. And there is I believe he wants to be called, well, let me pull this up. He's called Lady MAGA USA. It's a little bit long clip, but it is definitely worth it because he explains everything so well. And hold on here, let me get the right.
Hello, I'm Lady MAGA USA. I am a drag artist. I prefer the term drag artist instead of drag queen because drag queens on the left are doing evil things like Drag Queen Story Hour and pushing the castration and sterilization of children in the name of transgenderism. So this is my way of telling America that just because you're different or just because you like hair and makeup or whatever, it doesn't mean you have to hate this country, and especially it doesn't mean you have to hate Christian people or the traditional family. My rights should never infringe on the rights of anybody else. So America first, because we all need a strong border, we all need low taxes, we all need the Second Amendment, and we all need free speech. And as a drag artist, I stand for the free speech of everyone, even if they call me a fag or they tell me I'm going to hell. Because if I don't stand up for the absolute free speech of everyone, then I'm a hypocrite. So that's why I'm here, just trying to get the message out that just because you're gay, just because you're different, does not mean you have to join the communist left and hate this country and attack everybody else in the name of victimhood, because I'm not a victim.
Amen.
What would your recommendation, what would your advice be to parents who are being pressured for their children to be transgender, right?
Well, I would just like to say that any medical procedure, whether it is hormone injections or a chin reduction or breast reduction or, a mastectomy, that is child abuse.
Amen.
There's no way around it. Why is it child abuse? Because children under the age of 18 are incapable of giving informed consent.
Thank you.
You have to be old enough to get a tattoo. You have to, be old enough to vote. You can't drink till you're 21. What in the world are these people doing to these innocent children with these medical procedures for which they are incapable of giving consent? It breaks my heart, and here's why. I was one of those kids. When I was 9 years old, I loved, makeup, hair, dressing up, and they could have told me that I was in the wrong body. They could have injected me with hormones. They could have castrated me, and they would have ruined my life, and I would have ended up suicidal. And the reason transgender children are suicidal is not because of transphobia, it is not because of homophobia. It is because their bodies have been mutilated, and deep down they realize that, but they can't say it.
When a conservative
All right.
speaks on a college campus.
So, isn't that great? I'm with him 100%. He's dressed, in red, white, and blue. It looks like a dress. I can't see the full thing. He's got a big blonde wig. He's got a light up tiara. He's got Lady MAGA USA sash on him, and he's exactly right with everything. It's not about it's not about coming out against the gays or lesbians or anything like that. It's about stopping the mutilization and just awful treatment that these people think that these kids need to have. There is no reason for it. There's no, like he said, you can't even get a tattoo unless you're 18 years old. But then they're gonna go to take these kids and have their ding dongs hacked off because some groomer whack job parent thinks that their son is a girl. Come on. It's just absolutely that insanity. It's just complete insane. We have lost our ever-loving minds here as far as all that is concerned. We've just lost our minds. So, and contrast that with what's going on with Target and these other companies. Bud Light is still losing. I think I saw, I don't know, 30-something billion dollars. Target's lost $14 billion. It's just absolutely insane. And, contrast that along as well with what is going on in some of the elementary schools here. Not only here in America, but there's one here in Canada that has fully accepted that. They have elementary school kids, right? Elementary school kids come to school. They, the teachers are waving their little pride flags. They've got a nice little rainbow blow up thing inside their school that they walk under. You have the little kid. You've got a bunch of other kids that already come through the doors waving pride flags. It's just, stop with the children. Stop with the kids. It's insane. If adults, 18-year-old and older, want to engage in whatever sort of sexual preference that they have, go ahead. Not what I want to do. Leave the children alone. Okay. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I don't know. We're just, people are tired of it. We're tired of having this shoved in our kids' faces. I don't know. I'm tired of it having shoved in my face. It's just. So there was a protest at the West Hollywood here in the lovely United States of America. There was a protest of the school there, an elementary school, mind you. Any school from elementary school, middle school, high school doesn't have any need to be promoting any of this stuff. There's just no need for it whatsoever. They're kids. Leave the kids the hell alone. They don't need to be sexualized. They don't need to have all this. Especially elementary school. Just leave them alone. As an elementary school kid, I had no idea. There wasn't any of this stuff talked about. It's just, I don't know. It's just, you look at the world and you think, what is the matter? What is going on? So anyway, here's an interview that this girl did of a parent here that was in West Hollywood, California.
Can you just introduce yourself? Hi, I'm Christine. I'm a mom here at the school. I have a 7-year-old. So why are you here today? We're here because the school planned on having an assembly to talk to our kids about matters that we think that the kids are too young to talk about just yet. And
she's
we
a hater.
planned to walk out today, and none of our kids are here for that assembly today.
And why is it bad for these children to be exposed to this sort of ideology?
Well, because they're too young to talk about sex, and you can't talk about same-sex families and couples and relations without talking about sex. We just don't think that 7-year-olds are ready to have those discussions yet. We think that 7-year-olds, or even up to the 5th grade, they're here to learn, and they're here to play, and they're not here to be sexualized and talk about topics that are beyond them right now.
Now, what would you say to people that would say that this is probably, or that you hate gays or hate people that are part of the LGBTQ community?
Right, I hear them screaming no more hate. We have not hated anyone.
There's no hate
in this community for years. The rainbow flag has been in the school for years. The transsexual teacher has been at the school for years. There have been no incidents, no hate. We also are not protesting them. We're protesting the LAUSD and the school for talking to our kids about a topic that we think parents should talk to their kids about.
Oh my gosh, what a novel
concept. There's no hate
concept.
against anyone. We love them just as much as they love us.
Now, why do you think that they
I don't think they love you.
pushing this right now?
I think they want to be seen. They want to talk about the different type of families. I get that, but there are lots of types of families. There are divorced families. We don't have assemblies to talk about that. There's all kinds of issues that are not topics to discuss with young kids. We can talk about that when they're old enough.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I think she explained it really well. It's bottom line, 100% of the job, 100% of the responsibility is to the parents to talk to their own children. It is not the school's job. It is not the state's job. It is not the federal government's job to talk or go over these things with our children. Those are ours. They're not the state's. They're not the school. They're not the school boards. They're not anything. They're not the federal government's. They are our children. And when they are ready, when we deem them to be ready and old enough to handle such conversations, then those conversations will happen. Okay? That's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so. Sorry, this just kind of came out of nowhere, but anyway. So there's that. And you've got, I don't know, it's just, the world is going absolutely insane. So and another thing here, you might think it's a coincidence. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. But there was a church in Massachusetts that got struck by lightning, and subsequently it burned to the ground. So, and this is something you kind of have to see, and I don't know, maybe I'll share it on my Facebook page, on the Facebook page, the Cade and Eric Show, at Facebook. We'll have to share that there so you can see the whole thing. But the whole church is totally in flames. The steeple is just engulfed in flames, and there is some commentary that I want you to hear. So we'll go with this just a second. So like I said, this is just, you just see the video, and the church is burning, the whole inside's burning, the steeple just fell, and then there's a clip of the pastor and what he has to say.
This stuff here, why are there all those contradictions in the Bible? Well, because it was written down by people over a period of about 1,500 years. So, given that, people are going to have different kinds of things, and I am one who does not believe it was dictated by God. I think that the scripture, the Bible, is human beings trying to make sense of their experience of God.
Okay.
And people in different times experience God in different ways.
Okay, well, wait a minute here. You're a pastor, and the Bible and scriptures were not dictated to man from God. Okay. Well, then, just coincidence there. And you're like wondering, what does this have to do with what the heck we were talking about? So on their social media, one of their social media pages, their little church here goes, And it's First Congregational Church in Spencer. And what they have on their Facebook page, it looks like a Facebook page, is they've got the church and it's wrapped in a heart, on a heart, and it's got the rainbow flag in the background. Then you've got another thing here. It says choose love, and of course it's all in rainbow. Respect, equality, respect, and pride. And then it says another thing they posted: take pride in who you are. And another thing here, it says talks about the June events, and of course that's in rainbow. And then they've got another post here. It says, we appreciate you. And it's a bunch of hands. They're different races, and they're all holding up rainbows. What else do they got here? Another thing here, they've got a peace sign with, of course, it's rainbow. Hands are rainbow. There's a painting. They've got, let's see, what does it say? You are loved. Of course, I mean, everybody's loved. The whole thing that love is love, and if you're just a hater, and if you don't love us all, they're just a bigot and a homophobe and a transphobe. No. Sorry, it's not about that. Okay, it has nothing to do with not loving you. Of course we love you. Hello? I mean, that's what we're taught as Christians, is to love everyone. Not necessarily love their choices, there's consequences to your choices, whether those consequences be good or bad. But if you choose, like I said, if you chose to do all these things, then that's on you with those choices. And some consequences are good, some consequences are bad. And then you contrast that with a Ohio Catholic priest. So let's listen to him. Oop, hold on. Wait a minute here. I gotta turn up the volume just a second. He talks about the Dodgers here, so hold on. Let me turn up the volume, and then you can hear what he has to say.
Under attack.
Hold on.
We are under attack. Look at the Los Angeles Dodgers, defaming the name of every Christian here on earth. It just burns a hole in my heart, angers me and embitters me. And it should you. We should feel that sting and fight against it. It just, I don't want to give these people a name. I don't want to give them that much credit. I want to cry.
They're horrible. So then everybody's clapping after his little sermon. And then somehow, or for some reason,
say that queer and trans people also
someone
carry
gets up.
the Holy Spirit. And that was really painful to hear. That was really hurtful. I live in Georgia with my wife now. You baptized me. I know you're talking about the Sisters of Indulgence, and I understand that from the outside it looks like they are defaming Catholic faith.
Because they are.
They only
honey.
There are queer children here.
Nope, that is not true. That's not at all true.
The Spirit of God moves through all people. I will go.
God bless you. Now, peace out. Bye-bye. See you later. And I think the other clapping, probably because
we are under attack.
She's going bye-bye. So, there's no such thing as a trans or kid. That doesn't exist. That's not a real thing. So, there you go. There's the wonderful world in which we now live. Actually, there's one other thing I would like to actually find. Hold on, let me find it here. It is Mr. Rogers. Let's see, let me search this up here. Wasn't really planned to do this, but in the light of what we're talking about, let's just share the wonderful words of Fred Rogers. Ladies and gentlemen.
Boys are boys from the beginning. If you were born a boy, you stay a boy. Girls are girls right from the start. If you were born a girl, you stay a girl and grow up to be a lady.
Wow.
Everybody's fancy. everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Only girls can be the mommies. Only boys can be the daddies. Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh. What a hater, Mr. Fred Rogers. Man, don't you know it's 2023? You bigot, you hater, you homophobe. Oh, just some common sense from the 1980s there. Oh, just a different world in which we live. I never thought growing up that this would be the world in which we lived. You know, I grew up, speaking of the 80s and wonderful, wonderful TV shows. I mean, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was a classic. He's great. Great messages, just like that one. Another show that I absolutely loved was He-Man. I wanted to be He-Man. Maybe that's why I'm obsessed with working out, because I want to look like He-Man. But, He-Man had there was crap that happened to He-Man, to his friends. And then, from the evil Skeletor. With that great laugh that Skeletor had. And at the end of every episode, there was a moral story, the whole story, the whole episode, and there was a moral message. If you do this, Man at Arms or Orko or whoever gave it would then give a wonderful message. If Orko hadn't made these choices and gotten in trouble, then whatever it was. There's always a great message at the end of He-Man. It's too bad those days are long gone, and now we've got all this other nonsense. I mean, even in the cartoons today, it's there's I saw something about Transformers. There's a Transformer who is trans and uses they them, and then the Transformer is talking to some kids, and one of the people or kids or whatever it is trans, and they don't know what the heck to call this particular kid, because they use they them. The Transformers are like, oh, I don't know what to call you. Blah, blah, blah. It's in Transformers. There's other cartoons. They push this stuff in. I saw another thing in Disneyland or Disney World, one of the two. I think it was Florida, where this guy clearly he bats for the other team or same team. I guess that's how that would work. At the Princess Castle, you pay like $1 million to get into the stupid park in the first place. And then, in the princess part of the castle, you can go in and be a princess for the day, and they get you all dressed up and stuff. And, of course, one of the workers there is a guy, because that's what every little girl wants to see going into the princess part, is some bearded dude helping her look all nice and princessy and fancy and stuff. I mean, what are we doing, people? But I think we're waking up, though. I really do. I think we're waking up. The boycotts here, the loss of money between Bud Light, Target, Nike, Adidas, all these companies, all the other thing that I've known, it's just working. I think people are waking up, and they're sick and tired of it. They're sick and tired of being told that 2 plus 2 does not equal 4. 2 plus 2 equals whatever the crap you want it to equal. And that's just not the case. You point out facts, you point out actual science to them, and it's like they look at you and basically say that water is not wet and fire is not hot, is what they say. So, with that lovely bit of information here on a Tuesday evening, so hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you very much. And again, I'd like to shamelessly plug my brother's clothing company, ifiwereahobo.com, where you can get some great apparel there. One of them that I absolutely love is his samurai. The art's all him, and I believe my sister does some of it too. So ifiwereahobo.com. Go there, check it out. He's got some great apparel. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the show. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can let me know on the Facebook page, The Cade and Eric Show. Also, you can email me at thecadeandericshow@gmail.com. So, with all that, thank you very much for listening. And hopefully we've learned something in this insanity. And have a good night.